1521 was the year Magellan and his men, together with 3 ships, sailed into these waters. One of the things they discovered was that the people who met them was all friendly, as they are today. But they also discovered something else. The people, the crew of Magellan, was sick. They had scurvy, they were hungry, they had bloated bodies, and their teeth was almost falling out. Then they were met by these locals, and the locals gave them chicken, pigs to eat, water to drink, coconuts and bananas. What happens to the men was almost miraculous. At least that was what they felt. Their bodies become well, the teeth come back, the swelling stopped, the swelling in the body disappeared, and the men really become well enough to go to the next island on their list, which was the Malaccas. The name of the island they called the Lazarus Islands after the Gospel of the Bible. Later, the islands, as you and I know it, is now called the Philippines. And a fitting story it is that Magellan and his crew used a coconut tree, and already at that time in 1521, coconut was a big staple here in Philippines. For those of you who do not have coconut in the garden, I'm going to go through the different parts. I don't have the scientific explanation for them, but I will explain what the different things are. So let's climb up. First, what you see here in the top of the coconut tree, which isn't very big. This is one of the smaller coconuts that I have here. But if you look here, inside of this little container, that is where the coconut will come. So when the container opens, we can go over to this side. Here you see the container on one side, and within we see a small branch, and on this you have the flowers. This is where you will see many of birds. They will come here in the morning, in the evening, and sample these flowers for nectar. But also what they will find here is insects such as the ants you see here, but also other types of insects. So you have these flower buds, and then you will have these small lumps that comes. So if you take a closer look at that one, I will turn it a little bit sideways, maybe see it here. That will be a coconut. So here we have one coconut, two coconut on this part, this side. Here, longer down, you can see that there is no coconut. And here, there is also no coconut that came. So we will go to a different tree and see how the coconut becomes bigger. One thing to notice here is this part of the coconut. And if you have seen my video with the Oriental magpie robin, the Oriental magpie robin will lay egg and have nest in this part of the coconut tree. So what you saw with that robin, it was sitting on the cable outside our house, but behind it, it had a nest in a coconut tree just like this one, and there was a chick. And in the mouth, if you could see closely, that was it was cleaning up the nest, so it was still carrying some dirt in his mouth to throw away, because they don't throw the garbage, the toiletry of the bird on the floor outside their nest. They will try to hide it somewhere. So that is what the magpie did. It was living and nesting in these parts, and other birds can also nest here. Let's go, instead of taking ladder, let's just go walk over to the next tree. Here, up here you can see, here the coconut is now becoming bigger, and we can count 1, 2 coconut on that side. Let's see if there is any more right now. No, I can't see any more. But these things just happen. Me personally, we don't do anything special to grow bigger harvest of coconut. We just let it happen. But what we do clean up these broken parts. We cut them out, and you find them lying around on the ground, just like you see here. Just like this. So you will see that we do clean up the area and remove some parts to get a better coconut. Let's see if we can find another tree that has more and bigger coconuts. I think I must bring the ladder for the next tree. Now, maybe 2 meters plus, maybe 3 meters above ground, we have these coconuts. And these one, when ripe, then we sell them, and these become bottled water or bottled coconuts, and we sell it to a company called Pure Food, and they will come here with our truck, and we sell it to some buyers. We get a fair price, they get a fair price, and we are both happy. So all these trees that you see now around the house, they have carried coconut, but we have sold every one last coconut, and just the young one, which was not ripe enough, they are still hanging. And if I go, you can see here next to the house, if I zoom up here up into the canopy, you can see more coconut. Can you see what it is? Well, of course you can. This is bamboo, and bamboo becomes very tall. So here on the side of the lot, this is not my part, so I cannot claim the honor for that one. But if are in need of some bamboo, I might ask the neighbor if I can buy some. If not, I go to another store and get bamboo there. And the bamboo I can use for fencing, for instance. So coconuts are used for everything here. We use the juice, we use it for cooking, we use it for the different parts of the coconut, for firewood, we use it for very, very many other things. But I want to go follow this road that I used to drive on the main road. I'm gonna just take a look at the big coconut tree you can see here. So so now leaving the house behind and walking on my road to the main road, we have this big coconut tree. So this gives you a small perspective how the small trees that I have on my lot compared to these giants. Not sure if you can see it. So we turn the camera the other way, and if you can see it here. So if you can see it, here they're giant compared to mine. So coconut trees comes in all different sizes. I liked the small coconut tree when I first saw them. That's why I bought a few hundred and I planted them around the property. You see the one I planted just around the main house, but they are also spread all over the other parts of the property. So as I now walk down towards the house, this video comes to an end. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please remember to subscribe. If you have any comments, then please leave them below, and me and you will meet again soon. Until next time, you have fun, and remember, birding is fun every day.